stay away from her. But he didn't care. And when Nell Lindsay and her friends saw that ominous sight of Marion Lindsay in a car, they did a very smart thing, Madam Chairwoman. They headed straight for the Inman Police Department. And they're jumping over railroad tracks, and they're running stop signs, and they're running red lights. And Nell gets out her cell phone and she calls 911. And she says, please help. Please help. So they pull into the back parking lot of the Inman Police Department. And she still has the cell phone to her ear. And through the audio tape that we played at trial, Madam Chairwoman, you could hear Nell Lindsay saying, please help. Please help. And then you heard 4 gunshots. And when they took her body out of the back seat of that car, she still had the cell phone in her hand. The system failed Nell Lindsay, Madam Chairwoman. She did everything we tell battered and abused women to do. The courts couldn't save her. The prosecutors couldn't save her. Her husband's on death row, but that doesn't save her. But even in her death, Madam Chairwoman, she did something good because she spawned changes in South Carolina in the way that we treat violence against women. And with the help of Violence Against Women grants, like the ones that are at jeopardy today, with the help of those grants, and a woman named Lynn Hawkins, who I must concede, Madam Chairwoman, does not share my political ideology in any way, shape, or form. But she put the political sloganeering and the bumper stickers behind. And she said, let's change the system in South Carolina, and we did it. And it wasn't in time to save Nell Lindsay. But it was in time to save a graveyard full of other women in our state. So I'm going to ask simply this, Madam Chairwoman. Can we stop the election year gimmicks? Can we stop these manufactured wars that pit one group of Americans against another group of Americans? I spent 16 years prosecuting men who raped, stabbed, strangled, shot, and killed women. I have a mother, a wife, a daughter, 3 sisters, and the images of countless women indelibly imprinted on my mind because they were killed by men who claimed to care about them. This is not about politics to me, and I will not yield. I will not yield. If you want to make women safer, then change the way we draw juries. Change the discovery rules. Improve the rape shield statute. But stop focusing on November's election for just one afternoon. And wonder with me what good we can accomplish if we will stop the political games. And if we could pick up some humanity and embrace the fact that even in a political environment as dysfunctional as this one, we can find common ground when it comes to fighting for those who have no voice, who have nobody to stand up for them. But Madam Chairwoman, the political games have to stop, at least for a day. They have to stop. If this bill fails, it will be because those on the other side were so bent on making a point that they stopped caring about making a difference. Madam Chairwoman, the Senate bill is fundamentally and constitutionally flawed. Further to say, Madam Chairwoman, it continues to pit one group of Americans against another group of Americans solely for political reasons. Lady Justice doesn't do that, and politicians shouldn't do it either. And I urge support for this bill.
Gentleman's time has expired.